Today we're checking out Liliana Untouched by Death in Oathbreaker and seeing what kind of signature spell might pair best with her. For 2 black, she starts at 4 loyalty. +1, mill 3 cards. If at least one zombie card is milled this way, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. -2, target creature gets -X until end of turn, where X is the number of zombies you control. -3, you may cast zombie spells from your graveyard this turn. We've got a couple options for zombie tribal Oathbreakers, but I think this one might be my favorite. She really cares about zombies, and I love that -3. It's always cool when you can activate any of the 3 loyalty abilities on a planeswalker the turn you cast it, but that's kind of deceptive on this one. You probably are not going to be -3ing it, because you're not going to have much mana left after casting this. As far as signature spells go, the most popular option with this Liliana is Songs of the Damned, an interrupt for 1 black mana. Or actually, it's an instant now. It's an instant for 1 black mana. Add black for each creature card in your graveyard. I love how this works with the plus ability and with the -3 ability. Plus stuff to get creatures into your graveyard, and then the turn that you're going to activate that -3, you can cast this first, get a whole bunch of mana to cast all the zombie spells with. 14% of decks are using this as signature spell with this Liliana. Second most popular at 7% is Zombie Apocalypse. For 3 black. It's a sorcery that returns all zombie creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped, then destroy all humans. And while I do like this is obviously good in a zombie deck, seeing that the -3 can... Well, the -3 doesn't reanimate stuff, but it does work well with the graveyard, so I'm not sure that this is the best thing to pair Liliana with. Tying for second most popular is Victimize, a sorcery for 2 and a black. Choose 2 target creature cards in your graveyard. Sacrifice a creature. If you do, return the chosen cards to the battlefield tapped. I've always loved this card. Kind of the same thing though. I wouldn't personally choose a reanimation spell, but you do you. Next up at 5% is Entomb, an instant for black. Search your library for a card, put it into your graveyard. I don't think that the -3 is quite enough to make this a good choice as signature spell. I think you'd really have to build around this to make this a good signature spell in this deck, but if you do, it could be awesome. I'm going to mention here Final Parting also. This is way worse, but it's a sorcery for 5. Search your library for 2 cards, put 1 into your hand and the other into your graveyard. It's also got Liliana in the art, and you get some style points for that. Buried Alive, a sorcery for 3. Searches your library for 3 creature cards and put them into your graveyard. Then we've got some other ways to fill up our graveyard with creatures. Dread Summons for X black. It's a sorcery. Each player mills X cards. For each creature card put into a graveyard this way, you create a tapped 2/2 black zombie creature token. I love this one in 4-player multiplayer. Personally, I'd probably run this one if I was building it, or the next one, Awaken the Erstwhile, a sorcery for 3 black. Each player discards all the cards in their hand, then creates that many 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. This works well with the -3 because you'll be able to cast the creatures you discard anyway later. I should note that I have used this as signature spell with a different planeswalker before, and it did not do all that well. I just like the card. This might be a case of wanting a bad card to be good. Fifth most popular option is Liliana's Triumph. A 2-mana instant, each opponent sacrifices a creature. If you control a Liliana planeswalker, which you're gonna, each opponent also discards a card. This is a lot of value for just 2 mana at instant speed. Very good. The next 2 top options are reanimation spells. There's classic Reanimate for a single black mana. Put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. You lose life equal to its converted mana cost. I'm always a little cautious about the idea of using this one. Remember, we only have 20 life, so it had better be worth it. Next is Deadly Plot. For 4 mana, it's an instant. Choose 1. Destroy target creature or planeswalker, or return target zombie creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Now, I've already said my piece on the reanimation thing, but this one does have the ability of destroying a planeswalker, and that is very good in this format. How about Cemetery Recruitment for 2? Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. If it's a zombie, draw a card, and it's got Liliana in the art too. Or Dark Salvation for XX black. Target creature creates X 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. Then up to 1 target creature gets -1/-1 till end of turn for each zombie that player controls. Necrotic Hex for 7 mana, that's a little steep, but each player sacrifices 6 creatures. You create 6 tapped 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. Army of the Damned for 8. Create 13 tapped 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. And one of my favorite fun cards, Ghoul's Night Out for 5 mana. For each player, choose a creature card in that player's graveyard. Put those cards onto the battlefield under your control. They're black zombies in addition to their other colors and types, and they gain Decayed. A creature with Decayed can't block. When it attacks, sacrifice it at end of combat. So yeah, they don't stick around. It's probably not all that great, but it does get you 3 zombies onto the battlefield, assuming that they have cards in their graveyard, that is. I like the variety here. Every game you're going to get 3 different zombies, probably. If you enjoy videos like this, please hit that like button. And here's a couple more videos that I think you might enjoy. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.